Hello friends, this is Michael Raleigh with Evergreen Memories and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how I created this card using the white pigment ink and white heat embossing, and then how I colored it in also using the white pigment ink and water-based inks. Now I will show and share different ways I've colored it in to get different looks. So stay tuned so you can see that as well. So I'm going to bring in my silicone mat here and make sure my paper is on the light side. And then I'm going to use my embossing buddy and I'm going to give it a really nice wipe down. This will keep the extra embossing powder from sticking where I don't want it. Now adding ink here, just very gently, and then stamping a little bit over to the right and center, top to bottom. And I want that ink to transfer and soak into that paper. Now I will bring my embossing powder over and I'm going to sprinkle my white embossing powder all over that image and then tap it off, and you can see here that I have a image that is ready for the heat. Now that my flower is heat embossed and cooled, there are two ways to add the white ink to the interior part. Now this stamp set that I'm using today is a two-step stamp set. So you can stamp the flower and then add the pieces to it. So I am using, these are clean, just stained. I am going to use my white ink again. I'm going to ink this up really well. Again, not squishing it too hard, but just getting some good ink on there. And then I'm going to match that up. And it's pretty easy to see those lines and stamp my white ink right into the white area there. So you can see how that goes there. Now, it does get a little white ink over the embossed part of that. And you can see because it's embossed, it also misses some pieces. But that's a fast way to do it, and you can do it that way. The other way you can do it is I have put a little bit of my Stampin' Up! Ink re-inker for the white pad on a block here. I'm using a pretty dry water painter. You can also use just a paintbrush, or you can use an old blending brush. It's up to you. Now the main thing is you don't want a lot of water because you're going to apply a pretty thick layer of this white. And so you'll see I'm going to just go in with this here and I'm just coloring in, and I'm especially coloring in those areas that I missed with that white ink when I stamped on it. Now I'm going to continue on with this area here. I haven't had to reload my ink yet. I'm going to do that now as I move down the petal here, or I guess that's the stem, and then into the leaves. And all I want to do is create a white kind of undercoat to this embossed image here. I'm just going to take a little, this is a dry wipe, and just do a little bit of dabbing because I did get some puddles of ink. And now I am going to use my heat tool to dry this. Okay, now that this is dry, I'm going to put away my white ink because I want to get to my colored inks and I don't want to contaminate my ink pads. So let's start with the Strawberry Slush, and I'm got a clean water brush here. And what I've done is I've just put a little bit of that ink on a clean block. And I'm going to use this here as a paint palette. And I'm going to pick up some ink and I'm going to test it here on this paper. I like how dark it is. So I'll pick up some ink here, and this is just damp. There's no water in here, but it is damp. And then I'm going to color over top of that white underlayer, and it gives it kind of a chalky look to the petals. Just pick up a little more color when you feel like you need some more, and just keep adding the color. Okay, now because that's water-based ink, that's gonna dry pretty quickly. And so now that I've got my daisy painted, I'm gonna move on to the center. So I'm gonna clean my water brush. I just have a little bit of water in that cup. And I am gonna move on to the center of my flower. And for this, I am using Peach Pie. And again, I'm gonna just use my block as a palette. If you have a glass mat, you can use that also. And I'm gonna pick up some of that. Again, I don't want a lot of water in there. And I do like to test it to see how dark it is. That's perfect, what I'm looking for. And because you'll know that as you put it on, it's gonna lighten up a bit because of the white ink under it. So I'm just adding a little bit of that orange. And then finally, I'm gonna use Old Olive, or in my case, I'm using Fern from Close to My Heart. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the ink. Now this one, I was able to squeeze some extra ink into the top of the pad here. And so I'm using that as my palette, but I certainly could do the same thing as adding ink to my block or to my glass mat and then using that as a palette. And you can see as I'm putting this on here, it's kind of soaking in, and at first it looks like it's gonna be dark, but then it just kind of lightens up with that white underneath it. Now it's lightened up enough that I'm gonna just go ahead and go back over that stem one more time and add a little more color. And now I think we are finished with our coloring. Now let's do some compare and contrast here. So this is the same as the finished card that I showed in the introduction. I heat embossed, I colored in with the white, and then I colored in with the water-based inks. This one, I heat embossed with the white. I stamped the white over top, and then I cleaned that stamp, and then I stamped the color over top. And you can see this shadow behind it, which is a different look, but I actually love it. And the shadow behind it shows I had to rub the ink off of the white, and it kind of rubbed around and got onto the crumb cake cardstock. Different look, but just as fun. And then here is my third trial here. And this one here, I heat embossed with white, and then I did not add an underlayer of white. So I went directly onto this and I stamped with my different inks directly on here. Careful to, when I rubbed this off, kind of move more towards the center to not create that halo look. And you can see that the darker hair or leaves and flowers compared to the others, especially when you stamp with that ink versus watercolor with that ink. And finally, just so I can show you something else, here it is, just left white. And I feel like that is a really pretty and simple way to do this card. White with white embossing powder. So now let's finish this card with the embellishments and patterned paper. So the patterned paper I'm using is from the Nature Walk, and it's just a simple little strip. That's all I needed. I believe it's about 1 inch, and I'm gonna put that along here on the edge. Now the reason I chose this is I was really wanting kind of the tone on tone, but I also liked that this had a pattern of white in it as well. Then I'm gonna take my tear tape and put a piece that's gonna go down the edge where this DSP meets the cardstock. I've got a little bit on each end. I'm gonna fold that over and then pull it off all the way down. And now I have a great solid place to add my Strawberry Slush ribbon. And cut that, and I don't need that to be as long either. And that will just lay flat behind here like that. Now I've used my Stylish Shape die cuts, and I cut this larger banner piece. And I am going to stamp my sentiment on the lower half of this. And the sentiment that I've chosen are friends, are flowers in the garden of life. And I did that also in our Strawberry Slush. So let's ink that up. And I'm gonna do this towards the bottom because if you remember, I had a bow up at the top of this. And so I don't want the bow to cover any of the words. And now I'm gonna put this on a card base here. Now I went back and forth as to whether or not I should have a mat under this for my card base. And I tried a couple things, but I really liked having the white because I feel like that popped up my color or my flower. So let's add some adhesive to this. And I'm gonna put that on there, centering, leaving that frame around that. And then I have my piece here. Now this is long enough. I think what I'm gonna do is put this all the way down so I can see a little from the top and a little ribbon here from the bottom. I'm gonna use my pop dots for that. And let's turn that over. I'm not gonna quite center it. I still want it to be up in the top a little bit, and add that there. There are lots of tips and tricks out there about tying bows, and that's a whole nother video. Okay, now I have this here, and that's gonna go right there on top. And I'm gonna use a glue dot and put that on the back of this knot here. And add this to the top of my sentiment. Oh, I love how this is turning out. Even though I loved the first one, it's always a little different. Finally, I've got some white dots here from the Moody palette Glossy Dots. And I've got my Take a Pick tool here, and we will add some dots to the front of the card. And there it is. It's a little different from our original one. I moved this over a little bit more, but it has all the same elements. And I'm really enjoying this watercoloring over the white pigment ink and getting that chalky look. Thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit that bell so that you can be notified when my next video drops. Also, share this with a friend who might want to also learn this technique.